Hi guys, welcome to Chatty Cathy Short Spats. Today we're going to talk about communication, something that I'm getting much better at because I add on to what I've been doing every single day for as long as I can remember, right? Communication. Part of it that I've already gotten down at is smiling and saying hello to everybody that I come in contact with. No problem at all. I can always smile at everybody. And most people, 99.9% of the people will smile back at me, okay? I don't have to think about that anymore. I got that part of communication down, okay? And it makes me feel so good to see people look at me and say, oh, hi. And you know what? And I do it and I really mean it too. Hi, how are you doing? I mean it when I say to other people. It makes me feel so good also. But to see the looks on their faces and see them glowing after they walk away from me, I don't care if they're shaking their head. Doesn't matter. Made me feel better, right? And it made them feel better deep down inside. You have to mean it. Otherwise, it really doesn't matter, okay? And if you said it to somebody, you probably mean it just a little bit. So that is perfect. So now do it even better with more love, right? Okay. And then just expand it from there. Make your day and make your day happier and better with that part of communication, right? I get better every single day and I get better with every single encounter. And I meet a lot of people every single time that I go out, right? And I pretty much talk to everybody that I'm beside. I don't care. If I'm thinking of something and they look at me, I'll say it to them and then they smile. It's so funny. It's so funny. Okay. So I know I'm getting better at that. So now you can do that little part of it. Okay. So remember, 65% of communication is nonverbal. It is a nonverbal aspect because smiling, standing in a specific position, basically a calm, relaxed position. Okay. Look people in the eyes. The thing that I'm learning to do a lot more is to be quieter and listen to what they have to say without me kind of jumping in because I interrupt a lot of people and I apologize for that. I'm trying to do better. So I'm quieter and I listen more, okay? And I'm finding out that I truly do love everybody and it makes such a difference, okay? There's a few things that I do have to change. Like I said, a few little habits have to turn around almost completely, okay? And one of the parts of communication that I had to turn around completely was not to react quickly or right away. That's kind of hard for me because I was in emergency medicine for 35 years. So don't act quickly, Cathy. Yeah, right. Well, you have to jump right in emergency medicine a lot of the time, most of the time, right? So that part to me is a little bit difficult, okay? Especially not reacting and speaking up quickly when somebody's having a problem or they're feeling bad or anything like that. Because you know what? It's not because I'm rude. And if you think I'm rude, I apologize, but I'm not rude. I just want to help ease whatever discomfort that they have right then and there, And most of the time, I'm gonna start crying. And most of the time, I kind of already know what's going on. I know how you're feeling, not from my aspect of me feeling it before, but from learning it from other people. So now you know, I'm not trying to be mean. I just want people to be happy and healthy and ease any problems that they have, any thoughts that they have, okay? And a lot of people come to me with their problems. They come to me with their despairs and their woes. When I worked in the hospital, every single person, engineering, the nurses, the crew, of course, the patients, some of the doctors, housekeeping, x-ray, the people in the cafeteria. It didn't matter. The respiratory people, the volunteers, administration. And to me, everybody's my family, absolutely. And they would come to me and I would always try to make it better. I'd always try to be positive. And I actually called my mom and asked her, I said, how was I as a child as far as being positive and happy the way that I am doing it now? And she said, Cathy, you were always that way. You were always laughing and joking and having a good time always. So that made me feel good that I've been doing this a lot longer. And now I'm just kind of knowing about it, right? It just makes you feel wonderful that you can help your family and everybody's your family because we are all one energy. And I would, anything that they would come and try to say to me, I would immediately say, oh, maybe this is what they meant, or this is possibly what it could be. And of course, it's always a positive. And I'm sure that we're going to figure this out and it's going to be great. I always tried to find the positive in each situation, and I still try to do that to this day. There's always a positive. Me, myself, and us, my new community, will help you find a positive in any situation that you can get to me. Just come and we will talk about it. Any sentence you can throw at me, any sadness that you have, okay? I feel so blessed, and I'm so glad that people still to this day come and talk to me and ask me things now. I'm so happy, and please keep on doing it. Comment below. I love you guys so much. Another practice that I had to turn around and acknowledge about the things that were true about me that I wasn't seeing. I could hear a yes, Cathy, you help a lot of people. And yes, people appreciate and they love you, Cathy. Whether you help them out or not, they still. Yes, Cathy, you make people laugh. You always try to have a good time around people. Yes, Cathy, your plants flipping love you. Look at your paradise. You're very smart. You're strong. You're a woman. You're a mother. You're a sister. You're a friend. You're a soulmate to so many people out there. Cathy, you are beautiful inside and out. That's one thing that I would cut off that communication when people would say that to me. And no matter what, no judging. There's no tests. There's no only if you do this, right? Thank you guys so much for keeping me feeling loved. Even if I didn't seem to acknowledge it or accept it, I do, and I'm doing more. And I thank you guys so much for some of the things that I'm having to change around to make myself a better person. And the only way that you guys are going to be a better person is that if I'm a better person, I'm the only one that I can control, okay? Another thing that I had to change about my communication was the way that I talk to myself. No matter what reality that I was in, no matter what was happening in my life that I could feel or taste or touch or see or hear or smell, no matter the things that my body can understand, it didn't matter. You have to talk to yourself better. It doesn't matter the reality. You have to talk to yourself a little bit better. You have to love yourself because it's not just you. Remember, you're a part of all the energies. We are all a part of God's energy. We are all a part of Source's energy, or whatever you want to call the person that you pray to, the person that you think is on the top, okay? It doesn't matter. We are all part of that higher energy. So, Cathy, you need to start acting like it. You need to talk nicer. You talk nice about everybody else, but you don't talk nice about yourself some of the times, okay? I always had fun. I'm always laughing and joking. Absolutely. I know that I'm always right because if I'm not right and somebody could teach me something different, then I change and I adapt. So I'm right, right? You know that you're doing great if you feel good about a situation, okay? And just remember, like I know now, I am never, ever alone. Even if I'm by myself as a human, I'm never, ever alone. It's me, myself, and us always. And how powerful I am now that I'm accepting things that people tell me that are nice about me. And I'm talking to myself a lot better. Now, I just need to kind of slow down with the answers when somebody's telling me their story. Remember, I have to think about letting them finish and think about actually keeping my mouth closed until they ask the question that most of the time I already know what they're going to ask. Isn't that awesome? I guess. I don't know. Yes, it is awesome. It's absolutely awesome, okay? One thing I have to learn is that I'm not in that person's shoes 100% of the time. And the whole story is not ever usually told, just the part that they want you to know. And nobody lives in my shoes 100% of the time. So what people say about me and talk about me that aren't good, I don't have to accept and I don't care. There's four sides to every story anyway. And I can't change everybody. I'm learning that I cannot change people's reality, even if it's from the bottom of my heart, to make them better. And that's all that it ever really is. I want to make people better. I want to make people laugh. I want to make people healthy. So come and join my community because we have so much fun here. Ask all my friends. We have so much fun. And even better people for me are coming to me now. So I'm learning a lot about communication. And a huge part of that is to be quiet and to listen. And they call me Chatty Cathy. Shut the front door. Chatty Cathy has to be quiet and shush up, Cathy, just for a minute, and listen, right? And I have to bite my lip sometime and I have to concentrate on what they're saying a little bit more and concentrate on that person and see how beautiful that they actually are. So I fall in love with them every time they're talking to me and I get to know them a lot better, right? And that is so awesome. And then we go on the journey together. And it works out 100% of the time to make your life happier. What I do now with Me, Myself, and Us works out 100% of the time to make whatever you want to achieve and go through so much smoother and easier and happier. So people also ask me how I work with other people. If I ever talk to myself, well, the answer to that question is to work with other people. Absolutely. I talk to myself a lot. Okay. I talk to myself. Of course I do. I practice my speeches. I practice my podcasts. I practice all the time. But to know what the funniest part of it is that I also answer myself too. And that's okay because it's not just me, right? It's me, myself, and us. I always have God and my angels with me all the time. They're answering me too. They're answering my questions. So it's okay and it's beautiful. And I'm usually right. And that's even better, right? It's even better. And if not, then I learn, I adapt, and I change. It's always a constant and it keeps on growing. Absolutely. And you know what? You know how I know it's going to be the right answer to that question or the truth to that question, whether I'm asking it for myself or somebody else is asking me? If I know it's the right answer and if it's the right path for me to go on, it makes me feel good. And that's really all it is about. How do you feel about the questions and the answers that you're giving yourself? Because once you ask the question, the answer is right then and there. Are you letting the right answer in? If it makes you feel good, then it is the right answer. Absolutely. Things might need to be tweaked, but that's the right answer. That's the first and last answer to everything. Does it make your emotions happy? If it doesn't, then that is not the right answer for you. Because once you get that part, once you feel great and good about the changes that you're making, the changes that you're going, and the questions that you're answering, all for the positive, everything else around you changes for the better. I promise. I promise. And thank goodness I can talk to myself. Thank goodness I don't react like I used to in the past. I've been out of emergency medicine for over a year now, a year and a half now. And I'm calmer for the most part. I am quieter for the most part. And you can ask my friends if they've seen that little subtle difference of me being a little bit quieter for the most part. If I think of something funny, I don't care what you're saying. I'm going to say it so everybody laughs. You know, I always do that. And I always come up with some pretty good lines too. I speak good about myself. Actually, no, I speak great about myself. And I believe that I am all that. I am good. I am a great person. And thank goodness that I'm getting better at listening and improving all of my communication skills because I want to be able to help more people. I want to make people happier. I want to make people healthier, of course. I want to bring families together. I want to bring communication together in communities. And we're all part of every community, right? Every community. There's no separation. And a Chatty Cathy short Spatz coming soon about separation. There's not going to be any more. The most important thing, I think, is I want to be the best person that I can so I can teach my son, Devin, only the best. Of course, I don't want bad things to happen to him, but I'm also teaching him the best things that we can, the best things that you can do. The best thing that you can do for anybody is good communication and moral authority. And moral authority is the highest form of influence over another person. And what does that mean? That you've walked the walk, that you've learned, you've listened to them, that you're shining your light wherever you can, being here right now, because it's over already. Right now, it's over already. Right now, it's over already. Starting new every single second because you start new now, now, now. Forget about the past, nothing you can do about it. Communication is now. Be positive about it. Make sure that 65% of communication, which is the nonverbal part, starts it out. When you see somebody walking down the road, smile and be happy. Let them see that. Say hello to them. You can make their day, right? Whether they're having a good day, you can make it better. If they're having a bad day, you can make it better, okay? And then always doing what you say. If you say you're going to do it, you freaking do it. And if not, don't give excuses, but figure out something better and tell them, don't ever just not show up. Don't ever be afraid to say something to somebody that makes you feel so strongly. There's ways to say it so you don't hurt their feelings. I'm very abrupt. I say exactly what I'm going to say. And people say that I'm mean sometimes, and I'm not. I am not mean to anybody. If I knew that, I'd be crying most of the time. If I'm actually going to say something that is mean, my bottom lip will start quivering and I'll get so upset. So I am not mean to anybody. I try to be positive, happy, and shine my light and do what I say, right? My name is Chatty Cathy. I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Remember to love, like, subscribe, and share so we get to more people with these little short spats where you can think about something just a little bit different and open up your mind. And our saying is what? Love, learn, and take control. And yes, we can. Talk to you next time. Bye, y'all.